into the furnace of fire, and we come out.
Ningy, take care of yourself, okay? I came as a deceiver. I'm staying on the floor till she comes out. Biggie, why now? My emotions are...
That dress that I bought from Okerika. Green hair.
Question is, who was gonna be first? While they partied and... in our hearts.
Choke.
Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, Still Fun Pop with Lillian, guys. So it's the first wager task of the season and it's all about highlighting your experience in the Big Brother Naija house, with kind of reflection on the your past time in Biggie's house. So it was such a chaotic preparation, but then let's dive in to the main events of the day. Kidwaya kicked off, by reflecting on his dance, how his dance was one of his highlights, the party, pouring of drinks on ladies' mouth and all that. And he really had a fun time in the house. And then came Summer. Summer reflected with a bit of acting how he came into the house and all he did was to follow Gifty. He actually demonstrated that by crawling, saying, Gifty, anywhere you go, I'll follow you. And then came the eviction and how he cried on stage. Wow. Cross highlighted that one of his highlights was the chicken from Liquor Rose. That while in the house, there is this green light that when you witness it, you go into the executive lounge and eat whatever is there. But unfortunately, Cross never made it into the exclusive house into the executive house until one evening Liquor Rose and Emmanuel were having a dinner and they decided to call him to come join them, enjoy that. He said that remains one of his highlights. Of course, we know Cross loves chicken, but I never knew he would mention that as one of his highlights. Another performance of the night that was so lovely came from Vanita. Of course, Vanita is a Thespian, so we don't expect her to give us less. So she narrated how the obstacle coming in fourth week, how other people's stage has already been, prepared only for him to come in and strive.
I remember that
But regardless, she went ahead to make a name for herself in the Big Brother house. And she said, coming out of the house, you hear a lot of things about yourself. But when Big Brother called her again for the second time, she said, why not? When she remembered the money that will be made, everything that comes with it. And she said, let's do this. Then came General Perez. General Perez's presentation was such a poetic one. He said he came in as the deceiver. We all know the wild card thing. So he had to, hide himself in the midst of everyone until they were not able to dictate who was the wild card. And he came in, that if there was anything they will remember about him is about the whole General Perez, the military, don't disrespect my rules and all that. And then came Ceec talking on how she was and is a legend, that she is like a tiger, that you can throw her in the lion's den and she will still come out a legend. She went ahead to talk about her experience in the house, how tough it was, but then she came, she saw and she conquered, and here she is doing it all over again. And for some funny reason, I don't know why when she was talking, the camera was just, showing us Alex. Honestly, Big Brother need to talk to whoever is behind that camera, because even while Ike was talking, the camera was showing us Messi all smiling and all that. Then we moved over to Uriel, who talked on how uncomfortable she was with her body the first time she came into the house, how she loved herself, but then she didn't have this confidence regarding her body size, the whole tying of wrapper, how she always complained in the diary section on how she feels about her dressing in the house. And she said, you know what, things changed. She went ahead to show us her body.
I know I can be what I want to be.
Neo came up and spoke on how the first season for him was like a lover boy on a all expense paid vacation, that he had this the love of his life then, and you are just eating free food, him being a fashionista, he was just having the best time of his life. And when Messi came up, Messi talked about the whole experience, having to be in the house, seeing his friends being evicted, Diana, Ike and all that, and how she made it to the top end. Doing as well spoke about her highlights, and then she said, she toasted 3 boys in the house. And to the viewers, that was like a thing that have never happened before. But to her, that's just it. If she loves you, she will tell you, and if it's good for her game, she will do it. Meaning there is a strategy somewhere there. She actually talked about her highlights being the therapist of the house, how everyone, come to her, how she was there for everyone, although the reverse was the case in her own case. Then came Ike talking about his highlight being the coin thing, how when Big Brother said the person with the least coin will be evicted, and him being desperate just wanted to stay to the end of the game, so he went searching, took coins and all that. And even when they were suspecting him, he was crying, and he said that was actually tears of joy. Then Alex spoke on how she came into the house, naive, 21, young, no experience about life. How she came in wearing a clothes she got from Okrika, her shoe, and all that. How she had to fight with TDA, the whole trying to discover herself. That it was even a house that someone pointed out to her that she's actually a good script writer.
Until my housemates, fellow housemates, help me.
Adekunle came up and shared his experience in the house on the many times he had PTSD and trauma and all that. But then his highlights was one time he had a diary section with Big Brother that got him really teary, and he cried in the diary section. Tolani came to share on how she came into Nigeria, trying to break into the entertainment industry, and Big Brother became a gift to her because that made her to break in, and she's very thankful for the platform. She said in the first season she didn't showcase herself very well because she was in a relationship and all that, but then this season she's here to do better. Princess also shared how the first season was a very controversial one for her that left her in the game doubting herself many times, that the pairing didn't go well with her because that pairing went ahead to determine her fate in the house, and then she had to leave early in the game. Then came Angel talking on how she came into the house tattoo, pierced and all that, but yet she was broken. That even while she told Big Brother that she's the hottest girl in the house, she wasn't really feeling it. But this time around, she knows she's the hottest and she's feeling herself. She has grown, she's a woman now and all that. She also shared on how the whole show coming in, new life, meeting intelligent housemates, how he was given the veto power and opportunity to nominate, and he said he wouldn't nominate anybody. And by the time the game went ahead, people were nominating him back to back, and he had to open his eyes and know that indeed this is a game. And then Fraud came on to talk about his highlights being his veto power, how he was very grateful, to be to the end of the game and even have to nominate 5 people, a whopping 5 people. Ilebaye, although said she didn't have so many highlights, but she's just grateful for the platform because coming in, she was feeling naive. She felt she didn't have all it takes to be in the house, but as time goes by, she became more determined. And she said this second time, she came even with a plan. She's determined to get somewhere. Then came the last and not the least. White Money said in the first season, he came in, he was the least, he felt he was the least qualified, he was the least educated and all that. But then he had his skill, he had his music, his kitchen, and he decided to make use of it. He said his highlight was the time Pere bullied him, that really messed up with him. But then Big Brother told him one thing, that your good deeds will pave way for you, and that really worked for him. He's grateful for the platform because lots of opportunity has come out from this platform. After this individual reflection, the housemate now decided to give the main show, which is the drama, still revolving around highlights of housemates that have been in the show. What really stood out for me was the time was them giving a tribute to Rico Suave. God rest his soul. So they went ahead to showcase and highlight this time around not just their own highlights but other housemates that have graced the stage. They even mimicked that of Ozo and Nengi, and it was hilarious because Vanita had to pad her bum bum to walk the way Nengi walks and all that. They also went ahead to do that of Ceec's the night Nini was missing, and Ceec insisted on sleeping in the living room until Nene comes out. It was such an exciting and fascinating thing to watch. And one thing I would say is they tried. They really delivered. This presentation can be anything, but you see, Ceec is actually a very good narrator. Him and Alex, they really did a nice job, regardless of the chaotic presentation and everything. They did well. They also had a kind of a mini diary section. This time around, they're trying to mimic Big Brother, and they even did that of Ebuka, bringing people to the stage, and it was a delight to watch. After mimicking each other and the presentation came to an end, Big Brother went ahead to explain that this was beyond the barest minimum for him, that this was beyond his expectation. But then he's feeling generous tonight, and then at this point, they've won their wager. Congratulations to them, because I know had it been they didn't win this, there'll be lots of blame. They will go ahead to blame each other, because even before the presentation started, they're already blaming one another. The late change from Big Brother, Angel blaming those that didn't get to read the script very well and all that. But it's all good, and now congratulations to the housemates for winning their wager. Anyways, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. It was such a long one because the presentation was a very long one. Thank you for watching. Feel free to drop your comments in the comment section. Tell me who did it for you, who was your best presenter tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.
Housemates, you have won your wager.